Good evening, everyone. Welcome to SchoolQuizz.com. So, myself, Anjali mohimani. Today, I'm going to continue with the topic that we have started in the previous lecture, that was analytical paragraph. Okay. So, let us revise in just that what is the meaning of analytical paragraph, and then we'll go further. Okay. So, I hope you remember. First, let's just do it quickly. Okay. So that we can go further. Okay. So now, what is an analytical paragraph? What is the meaning of an analytical paragraph? Okay. So analytical paragraph writing is an form of descriptive writing. Means we write everything in the detail, which is written on the basis of given chart, graph, data, outline, clues, tables, etc. When writing an analytical paragraph, one should remember to describe the facts in the best possible manner and to cover the information that is provided to them. Okay. So now this is the meaning of analytical paragraph, that it should be in detail. It should give the date outline of the graph or everything that is given to you, and it should cover the information that is provided to you. Okay. So it should be written around in 100 to 120 words. So the analytical paragraph must be clear. It should be clear and have a simple language, along with providing details to the chart of the given question. So now we have to write in 100 to 120 words. Okay, I hope I'm clear with this. And I'm not recalling the features because you know that it is same as the meaning, that it should be detailed, it should be comprehensive, it should state facts, and it should provide necessary information, right? So now the format, three things should be included in the format. First would be the introduction, okay. Second will be the body, what we are writing about, body of the paragraph, okay. And third thing will be what? Will be the conclusion, why we are writing such thing, okay. So I hope I'm clear to you, okay. Now let's study further. We have studied in detail the introduction, what is included in the introduction. We have also studied in detail the body of the paragraph, that what should be included in that. Okay, in that also we have some steps. Let's recall those. First one is organize those information, that is organizing the information. Second is comparing information, okay. Third is mentioning quantities, how much is given in the chart. Fourth is connecting sentences, okay. So you know what should be included in the body of the paragraph, right? The conclusion means the last paragraph, that is the concluding statement, what we write in everything basically. So conclusion is that, okay. Now today we are going to study what types. What are the types of analytical paragraphs in our syllabus? Okay, so there are various types of analytical paragraphs. First one is data-based. Means it is based on what? It is based on simpler data. So let us read in detail. In this, some data is presented in the form of pie chart, a bar graph, line graph, or a table. So it can be presented in what? In the form of pie chart, in the form of bar graph, in the form of line graph, or a table. Means pie chart, you know that is in the circular format, okay. Then you know that line graph means in a line format, like this way, only lines are drawn, not whole graph. Bar graph is very common, that's in the standing position of the two lines and joined by the third line upper scale, okay. Then table, you know, very basic, so you know all those things, right? So it can be given, the data can be given in any type of format, okay. And after that you have to write solution in an analytical paragraph format, okay. Students have to analyze the data, making comparisons and draw conclusions. Means you have to analyze the data, you have to check the data, that which part of the pie chart shows the larger area or which shows the smaller area, how much percentage is given, how many numbers are given, 2 numbers, 3 numbers, 4 numbers, okay, what type of shading is given. So you have to analyze all those and make comparisons, like this is much better than this, okay. And afterwards you can draw the conclusion that you should go for this will be effective for your data, okay. So this is the type of analytical paragraph number 1, that is data based, okay. Anything can be given. It can be in the line format, it can be in the graph format, it can be in the pie chart format. Anything, you have to just solve the data and make conclusion. Okay. Second is problem solution based. Okay, so I'll give you an example of problem solution. When you solve the maths, you solve the problems of your maths. So what do you require? You have to identify the problem, like what is the question number given, problem number 20. So what is the problem given to you? After that, what you write? Solution. Then you write a whole solution, right? So it is first we have to find out the problem. Okay, and afterwards we can go for the solution. If we don't know what is the problem, will we able to get the solution? No, right? So like this, we have full problem and solution based. Means we have been given one problem and we have to find out the solution for that problem. Okay, so this is the very easy type. You can be very comfortable with that one. Okay, so here is the problem presented and students have to suggest some solution based on some logic. Like we have done in the paragraph, which factual passage, in that case study was given that this is about the cataract and everything, and we have to find out what can be the answers for it. Similarly, here problem is given to us. We have to find the logical solution for it. Okay, their solution must be supported with arguments. Means arguments can be there. That arguments means what? Kind of your view and point, counter view kind of. Okay, so view format, what you will be right? Okay, this is the positive points from pros and cons. Better option, pros and cons. So you have to write pros and you also have to mention cons, that this will be that will be that. Okay, and reasons why we have choose to the pros side, why we have gone to the cons side. Okay, and last, analyze the data and give the solution for the data. Okay, so second is the problem based, that we have already completed. Third one is process description based. Okay, now in this you have given some process that you have to follow and you have to solve it with the help of process given to you. So in this, students have to analyze the information presented in the form of flowchart. Suppose the flowchart is given to you, a diagram is given to you, visual or infographic. Means you have given visual, like you can see. Infographic means you just have the information in the format of a paragraph, that there are 100 people living in the village. Out of those, 98% are females and 2% are males. So this is the format of a line. This is not given to you in the form of graph or anything. This is just a paragraph. You have to take the conclusions out of it. I have also included this one also in examples, that I have given you no information. I have just told you that there is a graph of these many people and you have to write according to that. So we will solve this more detail when we are solving the examples. Okay. Till then you have to see that we have given the description, like a short summary of something, and we have to make it enlarged for our analytical paragraph. Okay, so I hope I'm clear till this. We have done 3 types till now. First one is database, second one is problem and solution based, and third one is process description based. Okay, now we have the 4th type, that is information based. Okay, information based means, from the name it suggests that we will be given some information and accordingly we have to write the paragraph for it. Okay, so let us see in detail what is given over here. This has some information presented as an input. Means we have been given some information as an input. We have to find out solution for that. Students are required to process and understand the given information. Means you cannot just see the information and go and solve the passage. You have to understand the information. Whatever information is given to you, you have to understand those given information, and then you have to describe it in the form of what? A paragraph. Okay, so I hope I'm clear with this information based too. It is very basic. Okay, last one is map based. Do you know when you were doing geography, so in that time you were seeing that questionnaire is given to you and you have to find out that this place is where in the map. Okay, so you have to solve using map. So here what is given to you? Map, and the place situated where is everything given to you. You have to just find out that this many population lives in Maharashtra, this many population is living in Gujarat, this many population is living in whatever state. So you have to find out that only seeing the map, that this much portion is covered with rainfall, this much portion is covered with water, this much portion is covered with snowfall. So you have to see all those things. Okay. In this set of two maps is presented as an input with significant differences. Means here you have been given two maps. Okay. With an input means both the map shows some data. Okay. In the piece of land or building plan showing some kind of changes, some kind of, difference between, say, we used to solve two pictures having the same data. We just have to find the missing figures, what is missing in that figure. Similarly, map basis like that. Different in a pieces of land or building plan showing some additions or alterations. As I told you that we have to find the difference between the two pictures. Similarly, we have to find some additions or alterations made in the another graph. Okay. Students have to analyze these changes and summarize them in the form of paragraph. Means they have to summarize them in the form of paragraph. You have to find out that this is different over here. So you have to write in the explanation in the form of analytical paragraph. Okay. So now these are 5 types of what analytical paragraph. Okay. Now just we'll go and revise those 5 types. Okay. So firstly, we know the meaning of analytical paragraph, that it should be in detail, it should be clear, it should have simple language, it should be brief. Okay. So we know these are some points that are to be noted while writing analytical paragraphs. So first one is data-based, means we have to see the data. Accordingly, we have to write. Second is problem and solution based. We have to solve problem and then give the solution of it. Okay, right? Third is process description based, means you have to see the process. Okay. Fourth is information. According to the information, you have to write the paragraph. And fifth is map based. Okay. So this one is your types of analytical paragraph. Now we are done with the types. Okay. So now there is something important for you. Tips. Most important tips to score full marks in the analytical paragraph. How you can score good marks in the analytical paragraph writing. So first and important point, analyze the given diagram 2 to 3 times carefully and understand it before you start writing. Means you have to analyze and keep that diagram in your mind before you start solving. Okay, like we do with the passage, right? So you have to analyze 2-3 times. Second, keep the sentences crisp and clear. Means it should be fresh, it should be clear, it should be good. Third, the facts of data should be kept the same. Whatever is given as the fact, we have to write as it is. We cannot change the facts. We cannot misinterpret. We cannot, change the facts. Okay, we have to keep the facts stagnant, stable. We cannot change it. Okay. Fourth, organize the content and structure of the ideas logically, sequentially, and cohesively. So, how you have to organize the content? First, you have to see the ideas logically, that which thing fits first. Okay, logically we have to decide. Second, sequentially, according to the logic that formed in our mind, we have to put sequences. That this should be go first, this should be given second, this should be got for third, and this should be got for fourth. Okay. Then cohesively, how much of importance the word states. According to that, you have to put it in your paragraph. So what kind of things you have to use? First, you have to use logic, then you have to use sequence, and then what point gives you more importance. Okay. So first we have to idealize, we have to analyze what is given to us, and afterwards we can follow the step. Now, next one, use functional language to show comparison, contrast, emphasis, conclusion, etc. Means we have to show a easy language, a language which can be function. So can be comparison can be done from this. Contrast, what kind of changes can be included. Emphasis, to which part we should put emphasis on. And last is conclusion. So we have to write the conclusion in a functional manner. Most important point, avoid grammatical and spelling mistakes. You cannot make a mistake in this, otherwise you will lose half or 1 mark in that. Okay. Do not repeat the same words in a single line. Okay. So just remember, you can write only 4 to 5 words in a single line, not more than that. And in that, you should not repeat the 2 words. Like you have written between and first, and you are writing in the end between. So like 2 sentences, you are making same between. So it will not look. Suppose you have write a name Ram, and secondly you are including Ram again. So that will not be fair. So you have to not repeat the words in a single line. Okay. So what points we have to keep in mind? First, analyze. Second, language should be clear. Third, facts should be given and it should be same. And fourth, we have to organize them logically, sequentially, and cohesively, right? Then we have to use functional language. We have to avoid grammatical mistakes. And last but not the least is do not repeat any words in the same line. Okay. So I hope you are clear with the information that is given about this passage now, right? We'll solve the examples in the next lecture. Till then, take care. Goodbye.